Hello and welcome. You're watching The Money Show. I'm with you, Kavita Thapliyal, and today is a very special edition of The Money Show where we'll be focusing on women financial planning. That's right, you heard that right. We'll be talking about women investments portfolio, and if you are someone who's just thinking to begin your investment or someone who has already started investing but then not sure whether your strategies are aligned with your financial goals, you are watching the right show because our experts are there to guide you. So just in case you are a women investor looking for some kind of a guidance or maybe take the first step towards your investment journey, all you have to do is just send across your questions on our WhatsApp number and our email ID that's right now flashing on your screen as well. Note those numbers down and send across your questions, and our experts would be there to help you. And today I have with me Pankaj Matpal, who's the MD of Apna Money Managers, who will be helping our women investors and women viewers frame the right kind of investment strategies for them. Pankaj, good evening and welcome to the show. And amazing questions today from all our women viewers, Pankaj, that you can see. And you know, the best thing about the set of questions today is the different age groups. You know, I can see questions coming up from someone who's in early 20s to someone who's in early 50s. So you know, that itself says a lot about women's awareness about having an investment strategy or investment portfolio. But then Pankaj, let's not delay much because let's begin, and let's take Khyati's question first. Now she's 27 years old. She wants to do an SIP of 25,000 and her target is 5 crores corpus, and for that she needs your guidance. Congratulations, Pankaj. I'm sure at the age of 27, I don't think you and I mean, I don't know about you for sure, but then I definitely had not thought about having a corpus of 5 CR and giving it a timeline as well, like how Khyati has done. So, yeah, way to go, Khyati. Pankaj, what's the recommendation?
Kavita, good evening and thank you very much for having me on the show. I fully agree with you. At the age of 25, if somebody has set a target, see, investing is one thing, but she has a target in her mind. So that is a very good thing. So one has to understand that if you are aiming to accumulate some amount after 25 years, so because of inflation, the value will get reduced, but still having some clear goal will definitely help you accumulating a right amount. So with 25,000 rupees per month, it will take around 26 years if we assume 12% CAGR to accumulate that 5 crore rupees. So my suggestion that because Khyati is very young, 27 years old, her income will increase year after year. So one thumb rule that step up of at least 10% every year. More than that, whatever possible, when your income increases, you have the lump sum amount available with you, keep increasing it, but at least step up by 10% every year. And if you step up by 10% every year and 25,000 rupees SIP start now, instead of 26 years, it will take only 20 years to accumulate 5 crore rupees. So I'll suggest some schemes also. ICICI Prudential Focus Fund, SDFC Mid Cap Fund, Invesco India Small Cap Fund, and Motilal Oswal Gold and Silver ETF Fund of Fund, because she wants to invest for long term. So I'm also adding here one gold and silver fund.
All right. So stepping up your SIP amount, and that will reduce the number of years that we're talking about. So instead of 26, it will just take 20 years, which is a great strategy to go about. But having said that, what about adding the fund? She will be stepping it up by 10% every year. But then does she need to have a new fund also every time she steps up her SIP?
Yeah, very important. See, no, she doesn't need to add funds. As of now, what I suggested, she will have a good portfolio because along with equity, you can see there is a small cap, mid cap, as well as a focus fund, which has allocation across large, mid, and small. Along with that, I have also recommended her gold and silver fund. Now, only one thing is missing, that is international fund, because right now, international funds are not taking new subscriptions. So that is why. But in future, she can consider adding that. But yes, she has to review her portfolio regularly. She may need to change the schemes. She may need to do some changes, I mean, weightage wise, or maybe new schemes. She has to replace the old scheme with a newer one. But otherwise, as of now, this is a good portfolio. As long as these schemes keep performing, she should stay invested in these schemes only and keep increasing the SIP amount or topping up the same schemes.
One thing I want you to advise Khyati, and for all the viewers who are of her age, she is at a life stage where in the future she'll be having different kind of goals, right? So she needs to have a goal-based planning as well. How can one go about that?
Yeah, that is very, very important, because right now what I suggested is based on her query that she wants to invest for long term. But yes, see, a person who is 27 years old will have a dynamic goals. So after some time, she may have different goals. She may want to buy a house, want to buy a car, or have a family. So in that case, that how much time you have to achieve those goals, based on that, she can decide which asset class and what kind of schemes. So maybe that if she wants to invest for a long horizon, again, where 10, 15 years are there, so this kind of schemes will be suitable. But if she wants to invest something for 2, 3 years, in that case, some conservative hybrid funds, or say equity savings funds, that kind of funds will be suitable. But if the something goal where she a goal where she wants to achieve that within 3 to 5 years, in that case, some large cap fund or some flexi cap fund can be a good choice. So it all depends for every investor, your risk appetite, your horizon of investment, what kind of goal you have. So not only horizon, but sometime like you want to invest for children education, where you want the amount exactly in the year you have planned. Second thing may be that you're planning for vacation, where you can delay the goal. So based on these things, you can decide what kind of assets or what kind of schemes will be suitable for you. So right now for Khyati, what I recommended based on the long-term investment horizon.
Uh, let's move on and let's take Pinky's question. And Pinky says that she's been investing in mutual fund via SIP, 12,000 per month, and she wants to invest for 12 years. The corpus that she wants to accumulate is almost 1 CR, and for that she wants to know then how many funds. She has a portfolio, so she's investing in Motilal Oswal Mid Cap, LIC Mutual Fund Infrastructure, Motilal Oswal Large and Mid Cap. Okay, so 4,000 each she's investing. 4,000 and 5,000 and 3,000 is the amount that she's given us. Okay, so the fund mix definitely you should be advising on, and also I really like the fact that she's aware of the corpus that she wants to accumulate in 12 years, which is 1 CR, and I don't know from where she's got the fund selection, but so far looking at the schemes, individually the schemes are really good, but then if this is a first time portfolio for her, then she might need to have some changes.
Definitely agree with you, Kavita. See, first thing, she wants to accumulate 1 crore rupee. With 12,000 rupees SIP in 12 years, she can expect something like 37 lakh. Around 37 lakh can be expected. But to accumulate 1 CR in 12 years, 21,000 rupees per month SIP with 10% step up, that will be required. So that is one thing regarding the goal. Second thing about scheme C, I suggest that she should replace her LIC infra fund with Mirae Asset multi-cap fund, because it looks like she's a new investor. So instead of any thematic fund, investing in diversified equity fund will be a better choice. So that is why I'm suggesting to replace infra fund with a multi-cap fund. And other two funds, Motilal Oswal Mid Cap Fund as well as Motilal Oswal Large and Mid Cap Fund, both are very good. But because both the schemes are from one AMC only, my suggestion would be that she can keep Motilal Oswal Large and Motilal Oswal Mid Cap Fund. She can continue, but that Large and Mid Cap Fund she can replace with Invesco Large and Mid Cap Fund. So that is one suggestion about the portfolio. And one more scheme can be added, that will be ICICI Prudential Multi-Asset Fund, because through that fund she will get exposure to debt as well as gold. So that is one additional scheme I'm suggesting to her.
All right, this is what happens, Also, I really want you to help our women investors or our viewers the right way to review a fund, because what happens is, see, these are long-term strategies we are talking about, Pankaj. One can't be holding on to a fund for so many years. I mean, one can if they want to, but it's also good to keep a track of the performance and to review the performance of the fund. So how can one really decide that this fund is, worth holding for 12 years? How do you decide the time that you want to spend or invest in a fund?
Fully agree with you. Because see, when I say you invest for long term in equity, does not mean that you stay invested in the same scheme. See, every 6 months you should review your portfolio, and every year you should decide that if required, you can make changes in the portfolio. So right now, for example, I said Invesco India Large Mid Cap Fund or Motilal Oswal Mid Cap Fund. But if you are seeing that fund is not performing, not is not able to beat the benchmark, then you should take the call. In that case, you may like to change the scheme. So one is that changing scheme based on the performance, and sometimes performance means fund managers uh, who is managing right now may not be managing the fund in future, or maybe other reason that financial attributes have changed. There can be many reasons. Second reason could be that your goal has changed. See, right now means you wanted to invest in equity, considering that you want to invest for long term, but somehow you want to achieve that goal faster. In that case, also you may decide to make your portfolio more aggressive, or wants to change the asset classes. So there can be some reasons for that, but at least every year you decide based on your goal that if some changes are required, you should make the changes. But yes, when I say equity for long term, it means if you have long term investment horizon, if a scheme is not performing, you will change the scheme, but you will stay in equity so that you can create wealth.
Let's move on and let's take Meena Rani's question. She's 47 years old and she's investing in Quant Small Cap Fund 2500. Nippon India Small Cap again 2500, Motilal Oswal Mid Cap 5000, Kotak Multi Cap again 5000, Parag Parikh Flexi Cap 5000, Axis Nifty 100 Index 5000, HDFC BAF 5000. 30,000 SIP is going on and she's given the current portfolio value also, Pankaj. And 10 years, 2 is what is her target. She also wants to do something in lump sum. And all right, so she has put lump sum in all these funds as well. I don't know the amount as lump sum, or maybe this investment is in lump sum is what she's talking about. No, SIP is 30,000 that's going on. Otherwise, there is lump sum also going on. I don't have the amount of that. That's interesting. Okay, so let's just first understand the difference between having an SIP in the funds and having lump sum investment in those same funds. Does it really help you increase your return?
Yeah, definitely. If you have lump sum amount available with you, so you'll not wait for that to invest. You will definitely invest that money. But because you want to top up that with your regular income, so in the same schemes you can start SIP as well. But it depends at what kind of schemes you have. For example, lump sum amount you have invested for some reason in a debt fund or in a conservative hybrid funds. But at the same time, you have a different goal that you want to invest for long term. So schemes can be different. But if the schemes are aligned with your goal, then that case means you can stay invested and you can top up the same schemes. So either of the strategy may work. So if she has invested in some schemes where, Kavita, I have information, she has accumulated around 1,55,000 by this time. So that amount is also available with her. 15,50,000 rather, 15,50,000 rupees she has now, and 30,000 rupees SIP. You can cross-check that, but what information is with me, 15,50,000 plus 30,000 rupees SIP. And with this, if I calculate in 10 years, because she wants to accumulate 2 crore rupees, but she can expect something like 1 crore 15 lakh in 10 years. But if she wants to accumulate 2 crore rupees, in that case, 47,000 rupees per month with 10% step up that is required. Otherwise, it will take 14 years to accumulate 2 crore rupees with the current investment strategy. And about the portfolio, Kavita, I suggest that except only one schemes, in rest of the schemes, she can stay invested. But Quant Small Cap Fund, she can replace it with the Invesco India Small Cap Fund.
Any specific reason why an exit from Quant Small Cap?
Yeah, see, quants are funds are not performing well for quite some time, and these funds because Quant as a fund house, they follow a momentum strategy. And at this moment, because we are not expecting that momentum strategy will work well in this situation. So considering that fact, I suggested her to replace it.
All right, let's take Pratibha Kothari's question. She's 65 years old and she wants to do an SIP of 1 lakh monthly. And for that, she wants to know that what should be the strategy. Again, you know, with an investor of this age, it would have been nice if I had her on the phone line, because we really want to understand what's going to be her trajectory, investment horizon, what's her risk appetite. Since I don't have those details, there has to be something basic that you might want to explain to her looking at the age. We don't know if she's already invested in equity ever before. Has she really experienced, you know, how risky it can be, or maybe she has any goals aligned with equity having as an asset class, or the strategy aligned with that. How can she go about it?
Kavita, she is 65 years old and wants to withdraw 1 lakh per month. She wants to do SW, she wants to invest a lump sum amount right now, and then 1 lakh monthly income she wants to get. So in that case, she should invest in some hybrid funds only, equity funds. I do not know that when she wants to withdraw, but because she is 65 years old, I'm assuming that she wants to invest now, and immediately after a year or before that only, she would like to withdraw. So assuming this, I'll suggest some schemes. One will be ICICI Prudential Asset Allocator Fund of Fund. Another scheme is HDFC Balance Advantage Fund and White Oak Capital Multi Asset Allocation Fund. In three schemes, she should invest around 1.50 CR if she wants to withdraw 1 lakh every month. So I do not know that how much she can afford to invest, but the question is that how much she wants to withdraw. So for withdrawing 1 lakh rupees per month, she should invest 1.50 crore.
All right, so that's the strategy for Pratibha. And Pratibha, next time, I mean, I don't know, I'm not sure if you've got the clarity, but if in case you want to ask anything else, send across those details also, and please try and on the phone line so that, you know, we can chat with you and get more details maybe. Okay, let's move on, and let's take Rekha's question. Okay. Retirement, Rekha's question, she has Nippon Small Cap, she's got Mirasit Large and Mid Cap, Motilal Oswal Mid Cap, HDFC Mid Cap, ICICI Bar 22, FOF, Quant Small Cap, SBI Contra. That's all the details I have. She's 42, this is for retirement, so maybe post 60, she wants to accumulate some corpus. I do not have the details of the amount that she wants to accumulate, but too much of repetition in terms of market cap and category funds in her portfolio, Pankaj.
Agree. She has Nippon India Small Cap Fund as well as Quant Small Cap Fund. So I'll again suggest her that from Quant Small Cap Fund she can exit and she can replace it with the Motilal Oswal Gold Silver ETF fund of fund, because she's missing gold and silver in her portfolio. So instead of having the same category, one new category I'm suggesting her, and she can continue with other funds whichever she has in her portfolio. And as far as target is concerned, see, with the 11,500 rupees per month SIP, assuming 12% CAGR, she can expect something like 82 lakh rupees in 18 years. And if she steps up by 10% every year, she can expect 1 crore 56 lakh around in 18 years.
Could you also explain ICICI Bar 22 Fund of Fund? What exactly is the fund like, and how can investors, why should they invest in this, if at all this is a strategy that you might want to recommend?
Yeah. See, when I saw so many funds here in the portfolio and all the equity funds are there, in small cap, she had two funds. So I'm suggesting that one she can place. So instead of having the small cap fund or another equity fund, I suggested this gold and silver fund, because this fund, Motilal Oswal Gold and Silver, invest in both metals, gold and silver, in the same fund. So I do not have information whether she has investment in gold, in physical gold or gold, sovereign gold fund. But assuming that she does not hold that, I suggested that one fund which will give her exposure to gold and silver. And why? Because we have seen in long term that gold and silver have been able to perform well. And in future also, I'm expecting that gold will maybe that in short term it may show some correction, but in long term it has potential to deliver good returns. And silver as well. I have been monitoring the performance, and I feel that it will perform well in coming years as well. So that is why, based on that, I recommended for the portfolio diversification.
What about ICICI Bharat 22 Fund of Fund? This was the question actually. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, Bharat 22 is a very good fund. It invests in 22 stocks basically, and these stocks are majorly PSU stocks or where the government has done disinvestment. So these are majorly large cap stocks. Not majorly, these are large cap stocks only, either PSU stocks or they were earlier PSU or now government has done disinvestment in those stocks. So in large cap category, this is a good fund one can have in the portfolio.
All right, let's move on and let's take Sangeeta Singh's question. And she's got one-time investments done in Kotak Emerging, 1.75 lakh. HDFC Balance Advantage, 25 lakhs. Total portfolio including lump sum and SIPs, 46 lakh. Now, as far as SIPs are concerned, she's got Motilal Mid Cap 10,000, Nippon Small Cap 7,000 going on. Nippon Large Cap 5,000, HDFC Flexi Cap 10,000, Motilal Flexi Cap 10,000, ICICI Pru Value Discovery 5,000, Aditya Birla Multi Cap 5,000, ICICI Blue Chip 5,000. And the goal is 10 years, the requirement is 5 CR for retirement.
So 46 lakh rupees she has in the portfolio right now, and in 10 years, assuming again 12% CAGR, she can expect something 1 crore 43 lakh from this portfolio. And along with that, from this 55,000 rupees per month SIP, she can expect around 1 crore 23 lakhs. So put together the lump sum amount what she has now plus the SIP what she is planning, 2 crore 66 lakh rupees can be accumulated. And her target is 5 crore. So for this, if she step up her investment, her SIP by 10% every year, then she can expect it in the same time. So she'll have to step up her portfolio, her SIP that is required. But as far as schemes are concerned, she has a balanced portfolio. Doesn't need any change in the portfolio at this point in time.
All right, that's fantastic. Good portfolio, no need of any change, and I think good questions as far as our Women's Wednesday episode is concerned. And with that, it's a wrap on the show as well. Thank you so much, Pankaj, for being on the show and helping our women investors take the first step towards their investment journey. And for all those who had sent the questions, you really helped them move ahead in their investment journey. Thank you so much. And before I sign off, I'm going to leave you with our WhatsApp number and email ID. If you are a women investor, women viewer, who want any help from our experts in order to strategize your financial goals, you can send across your question on our WhatsApp number and email ID. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.